everyone, and welcome to the bonus footage for Toonstruck. We're just gonna dive on in here. Alright, so to start off, we're gonna take a look at the phone here, because there are some numbers that you can find in the Toonstruck, the official Toonstruck guide.
Okay.
And we're gonna call them now.
Interesting.
Hi there, special friend!
Oh god, no.
You've reached the Fluffy Fun Phone Answering Service. Using your touch-tube phone, please choose from the following cuddly scrumptious options. Press red to hear a special message from me. Press yellow to hear my yummy fun jingle. Press blue to...
Oh god.
I bet I know what you want to do.
I'm so good at hiding it.
Lovely love. Sometimes I think I might just burst. Hope you enjoyed my fun.
Oh,
That was
wow.
it. That was her fun message. Fuck you, Fluffy.
Oh my god. Wait, do we have to dial her again to go through all these options?
You do, but I'm editing that ahead.
Thank you.
So this is her jingle.
Composed on fart phones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. This is it.
Fantastic. Good. Good. I guess this was before, oh, you finished the game, here's a collection of all the sounds.
Still going.
Oh my god. This isn't really a jingle so much as a song.
Ugh.
Hope you enjoyed my fun
I didn't.
soon.
Oh, deranged.
Alright, so let's see about leaving a message here.
Alrighty.
Silky special friend, tell me how wonderful you think I am after the tone.
That's not gonna happen.
And that's it. Sadly,
Aw.
we don't leave a really hilariously dumb message.
Like, man, Drew. Just engage once a while, you know? You'll probably feel better.
Alright, well, onward to the next number.
Greetings, weakling, and welcome
Oh, good.
to the answering service. Press red for a free physical appraisal by the most perfect being in the universe. That's me.
You can appraise by hearing someone's voice?
He's that good.
Wow.
Alright, let's hear it.
Without even seeing you, I know your body is skinny and sad compared to
I mean, he's not wrong.
mine. Expected.
Thanks.
Goodbye, weakling. Be making sure that you will be calling again soon.
Alright.
You've given us so much, want to do so.
As the world famous Jim's Gym said, in my opinion, Jim's Gym is the best fitness center ever created in existence. Goodbye, weakling. Be making sure that you will be calling again.
Is he a James?
James?
Well, James.
Oh, Jim Cummings, you mean? Or
No, I meant Jim's
Jim?
Jim. Do you
James?
think he's a James? Is it James's Jim?
Oh no, he's a Jim.
Be calling again soon.
Good to know.
He's just Jim.
Jimmy Bones. Three clown honks? Dear God, dialing this phone is an exercise.
Welcome to Ms. Fortune's Psychic Hotline. And no, this service is
Good for you, going into business for yourself.
Personal reading. Press yellow to place a fun little hex on a friend. Press blue to review your options.
I can't imagine Evil Cohort pays the bills, so...
I mean, she had a pretty sweet setup.
Well, yeah, because she works her butt off on this phone hotline.
From over. As for your future, let's just say it doesn't look pretty. Thank you for choosing Ms. Fortune's psychic hotline.
I mean, she's clearly put in minimal effort, so...
Well, that was cheering.
Alright.
You have selected the Hex a Friend service.
Oh, convenient.
A brief stabbing pain in their side.
Ow!
What the hell was that?
The game stole your joke
But not before I stole it from it.
You stole it. No, the game was...
No, shut up.
Pleasure.
Hello, this is the answering machine. Lugnut and Goggles and Feedback are out goofing off right now, but please leave a message and we won't call you back. If you are nefarious, then that was a joke.
I wonder how I happen to know this number. Oh, well.
It's because you bought the official Hints and Solutions book, Drew.
Oh, Drew is a cheater.
Well, we're done here.
Thank goodness.
I don't know why I bothered to hang up.
Well, it's polite.
It's satisfying. You don't really get to, like, hang up on a person properly nowadays.
Yeah, it's true. Just angrily stab at the end call button.
But so, jumping far ahead into the game here. So as we saw in the proper LP, there was kind of this alternate puzzle that we had to do if we got captured, again, in Nefarious's, castle.
Here's Drew.
Right.
If you recall, we ended up in the dungeon again with Snout. So we're gonna check out what happens. So this is what happens the third time you get captured.
Ah.
Mr. Smarty Pants, I got news for you. You think you're so...
Oh God, why did we have to see him again?
I'm sorry.
You're not even a little sorry.
Nope.
Every last piece of that dust. This dungeon will be so clean it won't be dirty anymore.
Knock yourself out.
Alright.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, so he's got an,
Oh, pinnacle of wit.
But
Not that I can talk, but...
I think you can kind of
Yeah.
start to figure out. Let's put the... let's just see what everything does.
Okay.
And then... And then... Haha!
Oh, hooray! Well, bye. It's a good thing the key always goes in the cage.
We caught it.
Amazing.
I'm free again.
Wow, Drew isn't even impressed at this point. Well, guess what? I'm not impressed with you always being captured.
Yeah. Speaking of which, here's what happens the fourth
Oh
time.
my gosh.
Forget it. I quit.
Nice!
You can just rot here all by yourself.
Oh wait, that's less nice.
The key is under the mat.
Oh, well that was kind.
I don't know why you bothered putting it under the mat at all.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like we
I better grab my...
Like, why even bother putting him in the jail cell
Yeah.
at this point?
Well, I guess the other henchman threw him in there, and then Snout was just like, "Nah, fuck this."
Well, fair enough. When your job's just not working for you.
No. All right, well, I mean, that's it for the bonus footage from the game itself.
But Miss Shawinigan Handshake has some extra info to provide to us.
Yeah, I just want to talk briefly about Toonstruck 2, as it kind of got brought up a little bit kind of at the end of the game, because as you saw, there was a major cliffhanger at the end there. So basically, to give a small history lesson, and all of this comes from an article from Space Quest Historian. So it's a website that I will link to in the description for this video.
Always got to cite your sources.
Yes, indeedy. So originally, Toonstruck was a much longer game. Apparently, there was some sort of issue with the budget when it was first being developed, so they actually had to halve the game. So what we got is only half of what they wanted to do with Toonstruck.
Wow.
The other half of the game, we've kind of just seen snippets of. Like, there are some screenshots that have been floating around that I'll put in the video here. But other than that, like, there hasn't really been any word about Toonstruck 2. In 2010, Keith Aram, not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, so he was the audio director for Toonstruck originally, and apparently somewhere along the line became the current
rights
holder. Yes.
Okay.
So in 2010, he basically kind of announced his intention to try and release Toonstruck 2 if there was enough interest. In 2010, there was a petition and people tried to drum up some support for it. But this kind of petered out pretty quickly. I think Toonstruck is kind of pretty niche compared to a lot of the other adventure games.
I'd say so. I mean, I'd never even heard of it, honestly, until you talked about it.
Yeah, basically until we kind of started planning this LP. So news kind of went dormant for a little bit until 2013, where Keith again said that he'd love to finish Toonstruck 2, but they wanted to try and get the first game released, because at this point it wasn't re-released anywhere.
Right.
So in 2015, Toonstruck was released on Good Old Games, and it was later released on Steam.
Nice.
And again, things have kind of been quiet regarding any potential news for Toonstruck 2. Space Quest Historian, they ended up asking Keith on Twitter just kind of for an update about Toonstruck 2, and this was in 2016. Keith said that apparently the rights were actually split in 98, so I guess he doesn't quite own all of the rights.
Interesting.
So they are currently working on trying to get all of the rights consolidated.
Okay.
Seems like that's ongoing. There hasn't really been much news lately. But that's pretty much where it stands now. Keith did mention that if there comes a point where the rights are consolidated and they are legally able to get Toonstruck 2 released, they would likely be doing a Kickstarter to get funding for it.
Interesting.
But yeah, that's pretty much where it stands right now. Toonstruck 2 is in a bit of limbo. As kind of previously mentioned, all we really have right now are some early teasers for the sequel, just screen caps essentially. But we also do have some material that has been pulled from the files for Toonstruck. So these are items and stuff that were in the game files, but
not used.
So not used in Toonstruck, so obviously they were probably going to be used in the rest of the game, aka what Toonstruck 2 will be.
Oh, interesting.
So this is provided by Sierra's resource file, so this is another website that I will link in the description. don't be fooled. Toonstruck is not a Sierra game, by the way. It's just the name of the website.
Nope, that makes sense.
So yeah, there's just kind of this random assortment of various icons. So, pocket knife, glass container, and you can see some dialogue options, and there's a little face here of Vincent van Gogh.
Oh.
So, interestingly, you probably don't recall, but way back in the first cutscene for Toonstruck, you can see a portrait of Van Gogh in Drew's office.
Oh, okay.
So that was kind of actually a foreshadowing bit for seeing Vincent van Gogh in the game. And there's actually, if you look at the teaser for Toonstruck, you can see clips from the scenes where Drew is meeting with Vincent van Gogh.
Huh.
If you actually go onto Steam, you could watch the trailer and you could spot Vincent in those moments.
Interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, so again, just you can kind of, it's interesting because you can kind of take a look at the icons and get an idea of maybe what some of the puzzles were. But yeah, sadly, as of this point, this is all we really have to go on regarding Toonstruck 2.
Interesting.
And I guess as you can imagine, this has kind of caught some people's imaginations and led us to the creation of the Toonstruck 2 creepypasta.
Oh no.
So I hope you all join me in the part 2 of this bonage footage where I make Genghis sit and listen to me stumble through this creepypasta, and I hope you won't be too spooked.
I mean, there might be like a little thing where Genghis disappears just spookily.
You just hear a door close.
Yeah. Honk, screech.
Yeah, screech.
Wait, she can't drive.
Oh, she's still a car, I guess. All right.
Look, you understand how dire my situation has become.
I want to come back, Genghis. But we'll see you guys in that video.